Welcome to the Protect Your Assets Market Briefing. I'm David Hollander, your host. Now let's get started. Well, the Fed met this week and they held rates steady in the market. The Dow was off just slightly at 0.4%. Year to date, we're up 1.7%. S&P up a little bit, 0.3%. Year to date, we're up 1.4%. NASDAQ was off slightly, 0.2%. The MSCI International EFI Index, well, that was up 1.4%. And the 10-year Treasury held flat at 4.25. Oil had a very good week, up 7.7% this week, and year-to-date it's up 14.5%. The Fed met, as I was talking about last week, and they held rates, I'm sure you heard, flat. So the Fed fund rate is at 3.5 to 3.75. They like the growth in the economy, saying it's still at a solid pace. Big news this week was President Trump's nomination of Stanford professor Kevin Warsh to succeed Chairman Powell on the Fed. Warsh was with the Fed, you may remember, during the 2008 recession. He's also a more broader perspective, meaning he'll look at other things to forecast inflation. But remember, the confirmation process could take some time. And if it goes past the May 26 term of Chairman Powell, then Philip Jefferson, the vice chair, would take over for Chairman Powell as the chairman. Powell still will be on the Fed until January 28. That's when his term expires, and he hasn't said what he's going to do. But remember, the Fed is made up of 12 different people, and each one has their own equal voting power. So we'll see what happens. Fourth quarter earnings season hit its stride last week. More to come this week with the Magnificent Seven companies, Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Tesla reporting. All estimates beat. The reaction in the stocks, well, was kind of mixed. We saw Microsoft down a little bit this past week. And the concerns, again, we keep hearing about capital expenditure spending to increase cloud computing power. That's tied to AI. What about the government shutdown? Well, it's shut down, that's right. And they will get back together again Monday to vote on this budget to extend that out to September of this year. And the issues appear to be ICE, funding, and things like that. So we'll see how they resolve it all, but it's still up in the air. If you have excess cash right now might be a good time to start looking at some quality bonds and or equities that could align with your goals or your comfort for risk. Speak with your financial advisor who can help you navigate economic, geopolitical, and policy shifts and help your portfolio remain on track to achieve your personal financial goals.
You can hear the Protect Your Assets Market Briefing on your favorite podcast app. Just search for Protect Your Assets Market Briefing. Links to subscribe free wherever you listen are at libertygroupllc.com/PYA Market, libertygroupllc.com/PYA Briefing, libertygroupllc.com/PYA Market Brief. Investment advisory services are offered through Liberty Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions. The strategies mentioned are not suitable for everyone. The information expressed does not consider your specific situation or objectives and may not be appropriate for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. To better understand the risk associated with investing and how it reacts to different market conditions, listeners should always consult with their qualified investment professionals, financial advisors, legal or tax specialists, and conduct their due diligence before making any financial decisions or taking any action. The legal information provided on the air is not intended to substitute for callers hiring their lawyers to advise them about personal legal matters. Investments involve risk and, unless otherwise stated, are not guaranteed. Liberty Group LLC paid for the following program, and the host's views and opinions do not represent those of the station or its ownership. California Life Agent number 048569. Persons engaging the services of one affiliate of Liberty Group LLC companies should be aware that each company is operated separately. You're listening to the Protect Your Assets Radio Network.